Hey, good morning all of you. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. This is Poonam Avasthi, your SST teacher. Beta, today in the chapter Life in the Rural Areas, we are going to understand the topic indigo cultivation. Okay, this is the last topic of the chapter. After this, our chapter is done. And beta, if you remember, one assignment already we have done. Now for today's assignment, go and check description box. Do that assignment in the notebook and our chapter is done. Then we will revise the chapter in the next video. Okay, so let's begin today's topic, indigo cultivation. In our last topic of this chapter, cultivation of cash crops, we have seen that in the 19th century there was an increase in the cultivation of cash crops, because these crops were widely used in the British manufacturing industries, and so in most cases company forced farmers to grow cash crops only. As a result, production of food crops declined, leading to the shortage of food supplies in the country. The cultivation of one of these cash crop would lead to a rebellion in Bengal in 1859-60. This would be the Indigo Rebellion of Bengal. Now see indigo, a case study. Indigo, a blue colored dye, is extracted from the indigo plant, and this dye is used to dye cloth. This dye was in great demand in the Britain for the textile industry during the Industrial Revolution. Britain's climate was not suitable for the cultivation of indigo. So, what they used to do? They used to import most of the indigo from West Indies and North America. However, there was a collapse of indigo plantations in these regions in the late 18th century. So, when there was a collapse of indigo plantations in the late 18th century, Britishers, they were forced to look for more suppliers. Then they turned to India for the supply of indigo. India was growing indigo from medieval time, but at very small scale. The British planters forced Indian cultivators to grow only indigo. Indian cultivators had signed a contract also, in which British asked to grow only indigo in return for a prize, and Indian cultivators had to accept the contract, as India was the colony of Britishers at that time. So Indian cultivators had signed a contract in return for a prize. However, this prize gradually declined, and on top of it, most of the cultivators had to face cruel behavior of Britishers if they denied to grow indigo. Indigo cultivators suffered under the exploitative system of British. Even if Indian cultivators, if they tried to cultivate any other crop, they could not. Why? Because indigo had already exhausted soil fertility. All these exploitative behavior and systems were well documented in Deenbandhu's play Neel Darpan, in which Deenbandhu highlighted the atrocities committed by the indigo planters on the indigo cultivators. Okay, so I think that till now all of these causes, reasons for the Bengal rebellion in 1859-60 are very clear to you. Now understand indigo rebellion. So what happened at that time, how they protested, that we are going to study. So let's begin. So the indigo rebellion of 1859-60 was a very powerful peasant protest. Under this, Indian peasants, they followed non-cooperation method. What they have done? Thousands of peasants refused to grow indigo on their land. factories were attacked, British factories were attacked, and the agents of British planters also were beaten up. Many peasants boycotted working in British plants. Zamindars, women, everybody participated actively in this protest. This rebellion was a great success for Bengal peasants. So, what after this? How all this rebellion affected and what was the impact of this rebellion? Now, see. So, after this rebellion, the British company was forced to bring certain changes in indigo plantation. For this, very special steps were taken. A special commission was set up. A task was given to them. What kind of task? To see the entire process of cultivation and suggest changes in cultivation. In fact, after this rebellion, the center of this indigo cultivation is now shifted to Champaran in Bihar, which was previously Bengal. Now it was shifted to Champaran in Bihar. And later, as we would move with the syllabus, we would see how Mahatma Gandhi came to rescue, to save indigo cultivators in Champaran. With this, we come to an end of this chapter, Life in the Rural Areas. So today, we have studied all about indigo, causes of indigo rebellion and how indigo rebellion was conducted, what were their methods, and finally the impact of indigo rebellion. By this, our chapter ends here. For the assignment, please go and check description box. One assignment we have already done. This is second assignment and by this all the questions are also done. Thank you so much for watching. This is it for today. Keep watching, keep learning.